Welcome to our Superhero Podcast edition. We are so honored and lucky to have Lonnie with us here today. And so I will let Lonnie introduce himself. You could say your name, discipline, and how long you've been in the industry.
Hello, my name is Lonnie Brown. I've been in the field of doing CT and X-ray for 28 years to be exact.
That's amazing. I love it. I love it. 28 young, right? It goes by fast.
28 young, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Numbers get bigger, but I don't feel older. It's weird how that works.
yeah, I was like a little baby when I started. I started when I hadn't even much turned 21 yet. I think I was 20.
Wow, and what a neat career you've had, and we are so honored
And
to know you. I joked with you earlier, it's like meeting our superheroes in person because we don't ever have faces to names and have seen you with us for so long. We're so grateful. And
oh,
so
thank
just
you.
thank you for being a part. Thank you for being a hero.
Oh, you're welcome.
Everybody
Thank
always
y'all.
tells me
Thank
I
y'all.
feel like a hero, and you are our hero, the difference you make to others. Thank you. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
ma'am.
Yeah, well, good. Well, I'll kick us off with some fun questions. So, what inspired you to get into this field? I kind of tease it's your origin story.
Well, what inspired me to get into radiology, even much into the medical field, was growing up as like a little country boy, so we always dabbled and tried things, just did different stuff. Coming from a little hometown called Mansfield, Louisiana, it wasn't much to do like in the country, so you just had to make up stuff and do stuff to keep yourself entertained back then. So I would be, just riding bicycles. I know I had this one time where I tried to ride the bicycle up a tree, and the outcome was came up to me breaking something. So,
I was wondering if that's where we were going with this.
then after going to the hospital, getting, taking the X-rays, getting the cast, and then, having the doctor show you the X-rays and the bones and broken, and I just got, after breaking several bones, like I broke my collarbone, my clavicle. I mean, I broke both wrists. So after breaking a couple of things, I said, you know what? I think at first I wanted to be a radiologist. But then, like I say, after I graduated from X-ray school, and like I said, being like a young guy from a little small town, and you get in there and you just see different things, and I just stuck with it. I mean, I just didn't go past that because I like being like hands on with the patients and just hearing different stories and connecting with the patients.
And I always think it's crazy how those moments, like, right, in theory, breaking
Yes,
the bone is not ideal, but then that how that shapes the rest of your life. You know what I mean? I just think
correct.
that's kind of the interesting, and I feel like that's kind of a common theme with so many healthcare professionals is kind of like that moment that introduced them to it.
Hmm.
And then it just spoke to them. And so, well, we are honored that you give back and do this for others. And so we love your origin story.
No, thank you, thank you.
So my next question will be, can you tell us a time within HIPAA regulations where you really felt like you made a difference? Like I would understand there's hard days at work and hopefully there's those days that shine that you're like, this is where I'm supposed to be and I am helping others. I didn't know if you had kind of that impactful story you wanted to share.
Yeah, I had an impact that one incident that made me inspire me to really make a difference was it was young. I mean, it was in my early part of my career. I had this one patient, and she had autism. It was an autism patient, and it was when I was doing X-ray, and she was there to have like she was having like some stomach problems, so she was there to have an upper GI, and nobody could like really connect with her to calm her down and to just you know explain to her or just make her feel safe and comfortable. And I was that one person that did that, and from that we had a bond. We grew a bond with her, with her mom, and like they would only make their appointments if they knew if I was at work. If they would always ask her, "Is Lonnie gonna be at work today? He the only one that can help her." They would even much come up there on their days off and just come up there when they don't have an appointment just to see if I'm there, just if they was in the area. And it's weird that well, I won't say weird, but after you know sent this out to me, I'm I'm gonna reconnect with her as well. I reached out to him on Facebook because I hadn't saw him in so long to see how she was doing. So I'm pretty excited about that as well. But
Well,
yeah, we
yeah.
we had a bond. Yeah, we established a whole bond.
Well, and that's what, like, as the patient side of it, right? I know
Yeah,
it's hard days, it's scary. And so that's why, like, we want to honor you because you are making a difference. We know we hear it on our end. Like, you're going the extra mile. It's hard every day going through seeing so much, but being that human side of it and just connecting and making them feel at ease. Like, I know as the patient, I have remembered all my medical heroes throughout my journeys. And yeah, I just think that's incredible. And I love that you reconnected. I will need to know how that works out. And,
yeah. I'll let you
maybe
know.
that's even meant to be on somehow that's going to
Yes,
make some
yes,
impact. So I love that. You're
yes.
awesome. But we
Thank
know
you.
that.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Well, good. Well, then my last question will be, why did you decide to take your superpowers on the road? Like, yeah, you have availability permanently. Like, what kind of
Mhm.
inspired you to want to travel?
Well, I guess we can say it started in 2019 or 2020. I think when I joined y'all, that's during the COVID time, and at that time they had started. Everything was about COVID, so everything was about testing. Just doing COVID tests, COVID testing, COVID testing, and so the rad techs had become more like lab techs. Just running COVID tests. So I felt like I wasn't really using my skills. I went from being, it still says on the front line, but I went from being like in a lab just running COVID tests and not really having more experience. I mean, having the experience of dealing with the patients. So it was more like 90% you in the lab running tests versus, and then 10% you doing like doing like PEs or CTs on the COVID patients. So I got into like, well, I wanted to be more still dealing with the patients. So that's why I decided to do traveling.
I love that you're still traveling. COVID was such a unique
Yes,
time in history for all of us, right? On the agency side, for our travelers, and not sad to be on the other side of it, but
yes.
I'm glad to introduce you to it, and we're just honored that you do travel. And I see the difference you make to the facilities, and we get all that feedback. And so, thank
That's
you for
wonderful.
just being special and making a difference to others. We
Thank
are
y'all.
honored and grateful. You are a hero. I will shout that from the rooftops. You need to hear that all day long. I know what you see every day, and it can be
Yes.
tough. And so we just hope it's a small way to say thank you. I know, like in my kind of medical emergencies, I don't know how many thank yous I said in the chaos. So I'm going to pick it up for them and say thank you on behalf. And again, just we're honored to know you, and thank you for all you do and the impact you make to others.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, well, great. Well, thank you for joining us on this edition of Superhero Podcast.
All right. Y'all have a good day.